Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Sonic the Hedgehog CD Let's Play Part 2. We just got out of Palm Tree Panic last part, which is pretty much the equivalent of Green Hill Zone on crack, and now we're in Collision Chaos. The title of this stage makes absolutely perfect sense with the level design here. And oh, what do we have here? Who is this faithful pink hedgehog? Amy Rose, making her first debut. And there she goes, being attacked by Metal Sonic, or being kidnapped by Metal Sonic in his first appearance. Hey, you know what? I'm actually going to be going home. Wonder if Tails is up for some burritos. No. Being the good Hedgehog Samaritan we are, we just gotta have to save Amy, Because, plot demands it, I guess. Whatever. Anywho, folks, welcome to Collision Chaos. As I stated previously, a title that fits this level perfectly because the design of this stage is very out of whack. I mean, honestly, the best way to describe this stage is, just the title of itself, Collision Chaos. It's absolute chaos. Not only with just his level design, but also trying to get back to the past. But there are actually some good points in this stage that you can actually get to the past with no problem whatsoever. This is actually one of the easier stages to do so. So yeah, Collision Chaos, very pink, very pinball heavy-like and whatnot. A lot of that stuff can actually throw you off when it comes to traveling to the past. Honestly, I don't have no idea what I'm doing. Guess I'm kind of gaining my bearings and seeing where I can find the past time, because honestly, with Collision Chaos, things tend to look the same a bit. So I sometimes forget which areas have, the past signs and which areas have the future signs. I mean, granted, I don't have the, all the past signs and future signs of every single stage, just, like, memorized by heart, but, at least I know a general location of where I usually go in order for me to, get the past sign and then, go to the robot generators. Because the robot generator's to the left of me right now, and I found myself a pass sign, so what are you going to do? So you're going to grab that pass sign right there and go back up? No, I'm just kidding. You don't want to go back up. Nice little spot right here that has another pass sign right here too, so just in case you fuck up the last one, you can always get this one. And you just keep going back and forth like this, and you'll instantly be transported to the pass. That's one of the easier ones. And Zone 2 of this, of Collision Chaos has this same, design of going back and forth with the springs as well too, but I don't know, I just keep forgetting about that spot, and I use another method that I'll show once we get to the second act. But once you just do a little spin jump there and just jump on it, you are perfectly okay. This is probably a good time to also mention a new skill that Sonic has, as you can see by Sonic moving his feet in a figure 8 motion, kinda like as you see, maybe in like the cartoons or maybe the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, with the god-awful voice acting. That's the Super Peel Out, making its first debut in here, and only debut in here. Well, debut for console games, because it is in the Game Gear games, the Sega Game Gear, the handheld console for Sega. That was supposed to be going against the Game Boy, but failed. But anywho, that's a story for another day. But just with the Super Peel Out, when you hold up on the D-pad and, rev it up by pressing either the jump buttons and whatnot, Sonic will be able to just, it's the equivalent of the spin dash, but, he has a different animation for it. It looks really cool and everything like that, because they have this in here. Another reason, too, is because in the original Sonic CD, when you did a spin dash, you actually kind of had to wait until it was fully charged in order for you to use it. Because in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, when you just rev it up once, you can instantly use the spin dash in a snap. And it was really easy for you to get around from place to place and go up inclines at very high speeds and get the maximum height you can possible. With Sonic CD in here, you have to wait till it's fully charged up before you can even use it at all. And there's those Metal Sonic generators that I wanted to talk about in Part 1, but completely forgot about them. But they're really not important. They're just meant for, achievement and trophy reasons. Unless you want to, feel good about yourself and destroy because the animals of the stage come back and prance around and whatnot. That's a nice little thing, but I just honestly don't care about it. And I haven't even got the trophy or slash achievement for getting all the metal Sonic generators, because I just don't have time for that shit, ladies and gentlemen. But anywho, going back to the spin dash and whatnot, you had to wait until it was fully charged in order for you to even use it. But what I love about the Xbox Live and PSN version is that they fixed that. As you can have the original spin dash animation, where he's just like in a ball and everything like that, because when he does it in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, he becomes an oval. In here, he becomes a little circle, and you have to wait till it's fully charged in order for you to use it. I can't stress that enough. But in this version, they fix it up. All you just can do is just rev it up once, and you can instantly use it. But, the figure 8, as identical it is to the spin dash, although it has a different animation and whatnot, I still like it and everything like that. I wish it could have stayed around much longer, but no, it only stays around for this console game only. Like I said, it's in the Game Gear games, but that's all the love the Super Peel-Out gets. Oh well, what can you do? So now we're in Special Stage 3 after getting past Collision Chaos Zone 1, and just... like I said, the problem with these special stages is just the water itself. Shaves off 10 seconds every single time you step on it. So when I stepped on it on the outside like that, that really shaved off like maybe a good, 30 seconds I think? I think I was on it for like at least 3 full steps. But anywho, it's just a pain in the ass and whatnot, because the water is going to be your biggest obstacle. I mean, yeah, you have these little chompers or these little traps on the floor that take away your rings, but you have enough rings to sustain some of that stuff. Because honestly, when you get hit by those traps on the special stages, they really don't take that much rings. I think they only take out like 10 of your rings, and I have 160, so that's like 16 hits I can take out and stuff. And yeah. Another thing, too, about the special stages is that if you are afraid of losing time, the special stages do have a special blue UFO that appears when you have 20 seconds or less on your clock when it comes to the special stages, that if you hit that UFO, you gain more time. I think you gain like an extra 30 seconds when you hit it. So, just in case if you're afraid you're going to be running out of time to get those UFOs, fear not, because as long as you, hit the time UFO, you'll be perfectly fine. So now we're in Collision Chaos Zone 2, and we're starting off with frog eggs. At least I think they're frog eggs. I have no idea what they are, ladies and gentlemen. They remind me of the eggs from Gemini Man stage from Mega Man 3. Don't know why, but they just do. And right there to the right, ladies and gentlemen, is another perfect spot of where you can go to the past and whatnot. But of course, stupid me, recording this, neglects it, and I do it another way. But my way still works and everything like that, so you don't have to worry about it. Ugh, I hate getting sick, not sick, but stuck into those stupid point counters there, because they're meant to just screw you over and everything like that. There's just a lot of bumper obstacles in Collision Chaos because, hence collision in the title. But just, a lot of those obstacles can really just go die in a fire, because they really get annoying after a while. So I get the past sign right here, and I decide to use this incline here as my basis of going to the past. It's really risky, but hey, it works in the end. I'm just I don't know what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just curious, or maybe I'm just getting my bearings or something. I don't care. Let's see if this actually works. Who am I kidding? I know it works. Lucky for me, I was able to bounce off that platform, but if I didn't, I'd probably hit that wall and failed of going to the past. But hey, at least that works, and what do you know? I got instantly to the robot generator with no problems whatsoever. So now, Collision Chaos has officially a good future, so the only thing I have to do is just make it to the, just make it to the end, and that's that. And that's all she wrote. I do like this track. It's a really good track. It's funny. Since I have really nothing else to talk about, let me go over Sonic the Hedgehog's, or Sonic CD's, track, because Sonic CD is a special case with its soundtrack, because when Sonic the Hedgehog CD was released in Japan and Europe, of course, all video games have a soundtrack and everything like that. But for some reason, when the English version was released in the USA and whatnot, it got a separate soundtrack. No idea why it did. I'm thinking maybe because of licensing issues? Licensing. God. Just being terrible with words today, ladies and gentlemen. Because of licensing issues and whatnot, I'm pretty sure that's why none of the Japanese songs, were be able to use in the USA version and whatnot. So USA got its own soundtrack. And I think it was composed by a different person compared to the Japanese and Europe soundtrack one. But for some reason, ladies and gentlemen, every single piece of, every part of Sonic CD has its own music. Like, the present has its own music, the past has its own music, the good future has its own music, and the bad future has its own music. They all have their musical tracks, but for some reason, in the English version and in the Japanese version, they both share the same tracks for the past. Like, the past song we're listening to right now is not only in the USA version, or not only in the Europe version, but also in the USA version. So, I don't understand it. Maybe they could get licensing for all the songs? I just never understood it. How come the past songs from the Japanese soundtrack are in the USA version? I don't understand it. It's just weird. But honestly, I do like the English soundtrack. It has a nice little pieces to it and everything like that. Some pieces that I enjoy a little bit more than the Japanese overall. But the Japanese soundtrack is still my my most favorite classic Sonic soundtrack of all time. Honestly, there's not a single song in that soundtrack I hate. I love every single one of them. But I could gush about the soundtrack later, especially how awesome the special stage music for Japan really is, because that's the musical piece that's playing right now. But now we're on Special Stage 4, and this one could go Die in a Fire only because it's not that the fact that it's difficult, it's the fact that I always seem to screw up on this one. I don't know why, maybe it's because the pattern of the UFOs, but this one always gives me the most shit, because usually I can't do it the first time. But if I collect 50 rings, do the other 3 after this, because, 7 time stones, which equals 7 special stages and whatnot. After I do the other 3, when I come back and do this a second time, I can do it. I don't understand that. And look, see, I'm past my 20-second mark, and you can see that UFO right there that just appeared. That has the time, and I don't know why I'm not going after it. There we go. And, of course, I ran on the grass and missed it, and I landed on the water, which shaved 10 seconds when it only had 2 seconds left, which caused it to go down to 0 in a snap. Ugh. Oh well, like I said, I will be going back to that special stage, and I will get it the second time, but special stage 4 has something against me. I don't know why, it just does. But because we got the good future in both zones of Collision Chaos, now the boss stage has a good future, so no worries whatsoever. And there's Robotnik right there. I don't know what he's chuckling about, but let's go investigate. Yeah, as soon as I can, get to him, because I guess I really want that ring box. There we go. And now we're on to probably my least favorite boss of this game. Or hell, maybe even classic Sonic history. Because what we have to do is that we have to use the pinball machine here, or the pinball gimmick, in order for us to get up to Robotnik and everything like that. Another thing, too, about the soundtrack is that the boss music for classic, for the Europe in Japanese and the English soundtrack are completely different. The one we're listening to right now is, of course, the Japanese version and everything like that. And I love this track for just how cheesy it is and everything like that. It's so funkalicious and pumped up and everything like that, and I love it. But, like, the English version's, like, more menacing and, has a very threatening vibe to it, but it's also fucking freaky as all hell. I mean, it scared a lot of children. Like, it sounds very, menacing and everything like that. Then suddenly out of nowhere, you hear like a menacing laugh go. It's god. It gave kids the creeps. And don't get me started on the game over music for the English version of Sonic CD. I mean, Jesus Christ. I will never forget. I will just never ever forget. But what I like about the Sonic CD bosses is that you're not only just trying to, hit Robotnik as many times as you can, but you're also, trying to get up to him and everything like that, like this boss does. You know, you got to use the pinball gimmick and only to get up to him, and once you get up to him, you just got to hit him 3 times and he's done for. And I love the approach of Sonic CD's bosses in here. In fact, I think they have the best classic bosses in classic Sonic history. I love the gimmicks to all of them. They're really inventive. They did something different, and I give them credit and I give them applause for doing something different. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, that ends with Collision Chaos and us taking down Dr. Robotnik. But that's not the end of him. So next time we meet in part 3, we'll be heading off to Tidal Tempest. Underwater levels, swell. Until then, I'll see you guys later.